everybody, it's time to tear into the pedestal. So we removed the 4 bolts, took the top part off, then we removed the cotter pins for the throttle and the gear shift. Next we have to remove this 1/2-inch bolt, and then this top part will come off, and then we'll be able to get down into here. We're gonna have to remove the brake, and then there's a punch that we have to get out, and then this whole thing kind of like pulls up, and then we'll be able to see how the cable connects here. Alright, so we got that off. Next what we have to do is remove these 2 nuts, loosen these 2 bolts, or remove these 2 bolts, loosen these 2 nuts, or bolts first. They're what tension the chain and hold the plate down. And then we also have to remove this chain, or wheel brake, which is a pain in the butt, but we're gonna get it off here. I'm gonna get that done and I'll be back. Alright, we got the wheel brake off. So next we had to loosen up these 1/2-inch bolts, or nuts on the bolt, so we can loosen this and the tension. We'll take these all the way up so there's no tension, and then we'll remove these 2 bolts, and this bracket will come up. And then what we're gonna have to do is go get the wheel so we can turn it, and there's a press fitting in here. That is, you can barely kind of see it. It's like right up there by the chain, but that's what we got to get out. All right, we got the tensioner off. Now we just have to get this pin pushed out. So I'm not sure if I'll remove this link here and then maybe remove the chain so it's easier to do here. We'll kind of see how it goes. I just remember last time I did this, it was a pain in the butt because of how close it is to the chain, and we ended up breaking the chain, or I ended up breaking the chain, and that's why we have this link here. What I'm thinking is I'll just use a flathead screwdriver, push that over, and I can take this link out and then move the chain, and it'll be easier to do that punch. So, but I got to get the wheel so we can turn it and get it lined up. Alright everybody, so we have it up and open. Now we got to unscrew the cable from this side and pull it down, and it looks like the cable is the same size thread on both ends, so that'll probably make it a little easier to find. For some reason I thought it was a littler thread on this side like them, but that's the throttle and gear shift. So I'm going to get this unscrewed, the chain part off, and then we'll push the cable down, and then we'll get it disconnected from the rear there, and we'll push on, and hopefully tomorrow in the mail our new cable will come. Alright everybody, we have it out. So it got a little too hot and my camera, my phone overheated and it wouldn't let me record when it's too hot. So the part you guys missed that I did is in the back of the boat there's these 2 bolts, and then this is how it goes through the transom. So I had to remove them, and this is that cable part, the bar part that's broke. So I got it off, and this is where the cable attaches to the chain. It screws in there, and on each end it's basically a 1/2-inch thread. I was looking online, and I think I might be able to actually find a cable. These are old jet ski turning cables, and if I have to I can do that. The cable we're getting from our buddy from the Great Loop Group, thank you, is going to come tomorrow, but it connects horizontally, not vertically, to the chain. It doesn't have this, it just has a link, and then they made one like with well, it doesn't look like that. I guess in the picture it's interesting because it's like a chain link, but it's longer, and then there's a hole in it. I don't know if they drilled it or how it works, but then the bolt goes through that. So it connects horizontally to the chain instead of vertically. So, oh, I shaved too. I should have told you guys. I look like a baby now. But it's nice to not have my beard in my mouth every time I'm trying to eat stuff, because it's not fun. And something that I found out was actually really not fun when you're eating stuff and your mustache is that long, it goes under, and it's long enough to go in, and when you bite, you pull it with your teeth. And you're like, oh. So I shaved. I was able to get a beard trimmer here, and then we're able to charge it with our inverter. Then we plug in the 12 volt. A shower and everything here. I figure I'd mess up their bathroom, not my bathroom. No, we didn't mess it up. But I shaved, and it's amazing. I'm not used to that trimmer though, so it's really low. So I'll have to figure out the right setting. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is our buddy who is gonna send us the cable, or already sent us the new cable, it's gonna either come this afternoon or tomorrow morning. And I think what the plan will be is I'm gonna put the wheel pedestal back together so that we have our gear shifter and throttle. And we'll get the cable tomorrow morning, and then we'll have him send us that chain link down river a little farther, probably down kind of, I was looking more like where the Tombigbee, where it comes off the Tennessee, and you start going down that way to Mobile Bay. There was a few marinas there, so I'm gonna have to call and see if you can get packages there and how far ahead. Some of them, when you call and you go, can I get packages there? They say, yeah, when you're here staying. And I think they do that so you'll have to stay a few days and pay, because they know, you know, nothing comes overnight. Or I guess, you know, you could order it where it showed up the day you get there. But some other places, they let you order things and you can get it like a week or two before you get there. And some of them, they don't say anything. They just go, yeah, get stuff sent here. But Green River Bay, or Green Turtle Bay here, when I called, they said, yeah, but don't get it more than like a week or two, because we don't want to have a whole bunch of packages here that nobody can get to, because we only have so much space, blah, 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 blah. So they like it if you get stuff ordered, that you kind of get it as close to when you get here as possible, so that you don't have a bunch of stuff sitting up there for, you know, weeks. But like Alton, they didn't say anything, and yeah, that was the only other place we had stuff sent. So this place, when I call, we'll see what they say, and then hopefully we'll be able to get that chain link. It's kind of ingenious and ingenuitive, and I'm wondering what that does, if that allows you to get a different type of cable. Because on our cable, it is threaded on one end, or it's threaded on both ends. And it goes into a little bracket that connects to the rudder, and then on the other end it goes into that thing. On the cable he's sending us, on the end it's 2 holes. And what you'll be able to do is use that bolt to the chain, and then on the other end, since it's already got the hole, you don't have to screw the bracket on to be able to put the clevis pin. You can just put the cable right there, and then the clevis pin goes through it. So I'm thinking what it is somebody, because these single cables are so hard to find, was able to come up with that, and then that allows you to get newer cables for it if you need it. So that'll be cool, and I'm hoping by getting that link, that then in the future we'll be able to get any kind of cable we need to replace it with. So that's the plan. I'm going to get that all put together, and I'm going to start putting all I got everything thrown all over. That's one thing when you're on a little boat. When I need to, I can get all this stuff packed real tight in here and stuff, but when you have it all packed in real tight and everything, when you need something, it's always the one thing that you need that's way back underneath everything. So you end up taking out everything so that you don't have to keep going, oh, in and out, and it makes it easy. And then I also use it to do my ballast, so the boat doesn't have a list. Right now the boat has a list to the left because all of our fuel is in the fuel locker here. We have both our anchors here, we have the rudder here, all our tools. So when I'm sitting here on the cabin steps, I can feel the list to the left to port. And then here is our top thing. So when I set it down here, because of the wrench, the compass went. Let's see if I can get it to do it. So it doesn't do it for stainless steel, because stainless steel doesn't really, I don't think it's magnetic or ferrous. I don't know, but it seems like the stainless steel bolts don't affect it really, but if you use a steel or iron, it really starts moving. So what I'm having to do when I mount it is check if it's deviated, and they have like a little piece of metal thing that you put underneath it or whatever to correct it. Never done a manual compass for, so that's something to remember to do if you do that. And then I'll run this cable underneath this and down, and then I'll figure out another switch. I wish I had this switch, but I broke it off when I was installing it. Maybe downriver we'll get it, order another one of these, so then we'll have another switch, and I could have a switch here. Either that, or I can do another switch like this. I could do it on the pedestal even, and then you'd be able to click on or off the light for the compass. When it's nighttime, crazy, you don't realize. Once you get your night vision, any little bit of light is just like blinding. So anything you can shut off and have the ability to shut off or change is nice. I wonder if I could hook a dimmer switch up. That would be cool. That's something to think of too. So I know on my Samsung phone here, you can go to as dim as you go, and even that is too bright. And then it depends on the moon and stuff, so you got to have the ability to change it. So the ability to change it is real nice. Because if the moon's out, you can have it way brighter. And if there's no moon, you want like no light, so that your eyes adjust and you can see as much as you can. On these Samsung phones, like I was saying, it was really cool. Up on the homestead, I learned, and in like a update or two before I left, they came out with the extra dim setting, and that is amazing. During the day, if you turn that on, you can't even see your screen, but at night when you do it, because it's just so bright, it dims it, and then it's like normal, like when you're looking at your phone during the day, but it's super dim. Sorry, I still got that like dry cough. I'm trying to figure out why I have it. I've had it since way back up the river. I don't know if it's because I'm talking all the time to the video, but I've been sitting here just relaxing and working, and I don't have it anymore. I never got COVID or anything crazy, so who knows. But I do apologize if I always keep having this little cough. I don't have like tuberculosis or anything. I'm not a lunger. So I threw a towel here in the keel cable. I was talking to one of the guys here, and he has a swing keel, and he said in Kentucky they have venomous snakes, and they will go up your keel cable tube, and you'll come to look in your cabin, and you'll find a venomous snake. And I said, no, I am not dealing with that. So I threw a towel in there. I don't need to get out of bed to go pee in the morning and have a venomous snake bite me in the leg or something. That would make the trip a little crazy. I might be a pirate, but I don't need a peg leg with some crazy epic story that's like, yeah, how'd you get that? Oh, getting up to go pee on a sailboat and a snake in Kentucky bit me in the leg. It'd be an interesting story, but not one I want to tell. Still, I'll put back together here so that once we get the cable tomorrow, we'll be able to head out on down the river. It's nice sitting here in the marinas, and you can work on stuff, and if you need to, you know, you can throw stuff away so you don't have all the like dirty towels, paper towels in the boat and stuff. But I definitely like being out on the river. I'm just not really a super people person. I like sailing. That's what I like, and I like being out with my boat and being one with my boat and the weather and the water. So sitting here makes me, I get antsy and I want to get out there. I know I've seen a few days where the wind has been just like perfect. It's like 80 degrees, there's a nice little wind, and after coming from Minnesota and it was getting to be the end of the sailing season, I see this and I'm sitting here and my rudder's kind of fixed. I'm like, oh. Or last night it was like a full moon and there was like a nice breeze and I was like, oh, if my rudder was fixed, I would so go out on Kentucky Lake in the moonlight, full moon, sail. That would be epic. It'd be amazing, and you guys would have loved it too because you'd be with me. So, alright, we're gonna get this I'll put back together and then I'll be back. Alright everybody, I got the pedestal all put back up here to the boat works to check out and see maybe if they had a cable like this while we're waiting for our other one to come tomorrow. And Joe is out on a tow, so he'll be back in a few hours. But while I was up here, I thought I'd give you guys kind of a little rundown tour of the place. So that is the boat works, and then where I am at is the ship store. And then if you go down here, here's the different docks, and it goes all the way around. These are the transient docks. They're named numbered T through whatever. I don't know how far it goes down, but we are T number 4, and we are right on the other side of that houseboat. There you can see our flag, kind of. And then there's 3 other on the side of us. Over there is kind of like the main, not the main office, but the marina kind of office where you go if you're going to get the complimentary car. They have an ATM in there, like a little bit of a store, not like the ship store up here where I'm at. Down there they just kind of have like one-off items, whereas up here in the ship store they have like all sorts of Anchor Marine wire stuff, Sea Choice, like switches, and 3M 4200, 4000, 5200, you know, everything you can imagine. And down there they have more like some snacks, little bags of chips, pop, like single cans of pop, not 12 packs. They had a little thing of like a razor and a little thing of shaving cream and whatnot. And then at the end there is the fuel dock, and on the other side I believe it's a dock, but some of the loopers get over there as well. And when you come in, you come down the river, then you have to pass that thing, and then you make a sharp turn and you come up in here. When I came in here at night the other day at like 2:30 in the morning, it did not seem that big. It seemed really shallow, like narrow and little, because I was used to the river and that, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I gotta get in here. But now that I'm looking at it, it seems pretty wide. And then I had to come in and I couldn't see very far. Everything was all dark, so I was coming in and I kind of went over to that dock, and then I used my light and then I could see how the fuel dock was, and then I kind of came up around and in. So, and then up here we have, there's a restaurant, and then down over there there's another restaurant, pool, and spa. And then this is another kind of office. And then if you get the complimentary cars, there is a van right there, another little like SUV and whatnot, and those are the 3, and that's where you get those and pick them up, and then you drop off the keys at the little office there. And then there's also their towboat. So I'm gonna go into the store here, get a little bit of supplies, and then we'll head on back over to the boat, and then we'll come up and see Joe, hopefully when he's back from getting his tow done. Alright everybody, the Golden Rule got here a little bit ago. They joined us in Green Turtle Bay. Got the pedestal all put back together. I just got to put the top thing back on. I'll do that in a little bit here. And then we should be good to go in the morning using the tiller. And then in a week or 2 we'll be able to get that chain link for the steering part. And we'll be back to using the wheel. So, it was a good day of getting stuff done. Nice beautiful sunset. So we're gonna call it a night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.